Welcome, everybody, to a special edition of the NERDWatch podcast. We here at the NERDWatch are recording early this week because we have a special guest from Wanata Island, brah. He is... we have DJ Keawekane from the Big Island, man. He is here, and he is here to talk about his comic, his life as an artist, his life as a writer.
What does he stand for?
Well, he's here to talk about all his good stuff. It's nice to have a talented comic book artist on this show.
It is, isn't it?
For once.
I'm really... you have no idea. No, that's not true because we had Joe Rubenstein on the show.
Oh, that's right. We did have Joe Rubenstein.
Twice.
We had Theo.
But no more than twice.
We had Theo Lee on the show.
That's true.
Thrice, but no more than thrice.
So we've had some good talented...
Scott Lobdell.
He's a wonderful artist.
He is a wonderful artist.
G-Money.
I really like his style.
Loves his art.
He loves his art. But of course, if you don't know who DJ is, he's the new guy with the kicking mustache sitting right next to me. DJ's here. Also joining us tonight.
That's a
goatee. That is a goatee,
It's a full
isn't it?
goatee, man.
It's a full goatee. I'm sorry.
You're like blanking out in the middle of the podcast.
Well, you know,
Artists,
writers, mustaches, goatees, whatever.
Same thing.
Same difference. Also joining us tonight is the one and only, the very talented Todd Bernardi. He's in the house tonight as well.
You're not paying attention. He just called you talented.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes, I did.
Well, he made a mistake.
Also joining us tonight is our horror aficionado and the punk rock superstar. Gannon is in the house tonight as well. And tonight in the house is our gaming guru Format and the chairman of the Comic Book Board, the man who owns the shop that we sit in here every week to record. It is Alika. He's in the house tonight as well. And of course, behind the camera is Swan, our comic book henchman. He's here.
He's waving at the camera.
He's waving at the camera.
I know you're
at the camera.
He's waving at the
Waving at the camera. You're waving at the battery. You're waving at the battery pack, at the monitor. Man,
talent.
Nice.
Golly.
I like it. Hello, everybody. We're
That's
behind the scenes.
fantastic.
You should edit yourself like a little window of you going.
Wow. You should do that for sure.
He's an artist that doesn't want to interfere with the work.
That's right.
Right.
Yes, he does. But of course, as we said earlier, we're recording special because DJ was in town signing books, doing commissions right here at Maui Comics and Collectibles all day long. His fingers are cramped, and there you go.
Hey, my fingers are cramped too. Who cares about my fingers?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm not even.
Please don't talk right now, Todd.
Don't talk.
That's not your moment.
Yeah.
That was a tremendous setup.
Stop it. Don't do it.
That's right.
Okay, I'll let
But
it
before
go.
we get to talking more in depth to DJ about his life, his work, his art, we're going to talk to Alika, the man from the Comic Book Board, because we're going to talk a little bit of comic books and find out what's coming out this week in Maui Comics and Collectibles. As you all know, every Tuesday is 20% off Tuesday, and every Wednesday is New Comic Book Wednesday.
Full price New Comic Book Wednesday.
That's right, full price New Comic Book Wednesday, 333 Dairy Road in Kahalui. It's Maui Comics and Collectibles. Let's find out what's going on this week in the world of comics.
All right, since we have two independent artists, not one, but two independent artists at the table, I'm going to start off
with Marvel.
That's right.
Nice.
All new X-Men number 14, Black Panther number 7, Carnage number 13, Amazing Spider-Man number 20, Deadpool Back in Black number 2, where he's wearing the Venom symbiote suit.
Ooh.
Deadpool Too Soon number 1. I think a lot of people die in that one, maybe. Death of X number 2, that giant X-Men and Humans crossover, and Spider-Gwen number 13.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, Spider-Gwen number how many?
13.
Wow.
Lucky 13. On to DC, slightly more independent than Marvel. I was trolling you there, Todd. But here's some real independence.
Who could
The
tell?
ones Bugs Bunny owns, not Disney.
Oh, okay. I'm glad.
Not Mickey Mouse. Bugs Bunny owns.
Mickey Mouse owns these.
No, this is Bugs Bunny owns.
Oh, this is Bugs. This is Bugs Bunny.
Aquaman number 9,
Bugs Bunny owns Aquaman?
Batman number 9.
Aquaman. I got to start reading that book.
What does Bugs Bunny make Aquaman do?
Stuff.
Wear green pants and orange shirts for the rest of eternity.
I like it.
Batman number 9. Cyborg number 3. Batman Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. Number 6.
Finally.
A lot of words and numbers in that one.
There is.
Yeah. Justice League number 7.
The Master Race. Is that the end? Is that?
No, it's 9 issues. They
You notice how
expanded
G
it to
sparked
9.
to the book called The Master Race.
Oh, that's his favorite.
White Flower? No, just kidding.
You still have to try out, G.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute. So how many books are going to be in this?
9. It was supposed to be 8, but they bumped it to 9, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
and they kind of pre-announced that there was going to be a big gap in the books after 6. So
on issue.
So they warned us.
So issue 9 is going to be the end of the Master Race.
I believe so. I hope so, for G's sake.
That's why
you missed out on a hell of a joke there, my friend.
Well, they stretched it out so that they could end the Master Race after the election.
Oh, that is true. I never thought about that. Or
maybe the ending will change depending on who gets elected. Like
that's a good one.
If Trump gets elected, it becomes an ongoing series.
Or maybe Frank Miller's really, really sick.
Yeah.
He is, dude. Have you seen him lately?
They're like carting him around. They're like, Frank, you wrote this, right?
Frank Miller somehow got older than Stan Lee, it looks like.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he started later and ended
sooner. Anyway.
Well, Sam's retiring this year, too.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have that much talent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just
He's
uses
retiring.
you up.
He's retiring like official show-ups, but he's still showing up left and right.
Yeah. All right, what else is on that list?
Harley Quinn, number 6. Superman, number 9. The Trinity, number 2. That's with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Green Arrow, number 9, and Green Lanterns, number 9.
Wait, Green Arrow and Green Lantern, they're in the same...
They're not in the same book, but
Oh,
they're
okay.
on the same issue number, separate books.
Oh.
And they're both green.
I
Very
wish
good,
you weren't doing that on camera.
Swan said that the Green Arrows book is actually really good.
Yeah, they've all been they have a lot of
How are
subscribers.
the lanterns? I mean, I have the lanterns.
I
but
wish I had read any of this stuff to
Dang. All right.
testify,
Just checking.
but
So you don't read mainstream comics either?
I don't read any comics
Oh.
because I don't have any time. I've been reading Saga. That's probably the only one I read
good
right
one.
now.
Is there a new Flash book coming out?
Yeah. No, that came out last week.
Yeah,
Oh, last week was the new
I think it's every 2 weeks for Flash.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
For Independence, you're going to have to help me out, Todd, because I'm only going to mention a couple. But, this kind of doesn't count because it's DC's Young Animal imprint, which is like when they were doing Vertigo relaunch. Cave Carson, number 1. Cave Carson has a cybernetic eye,
And
number
the
1.
cybernetic eye. Yeah.
The art looks cool for it, at least. Promising. And
How
then
cool can it be? It's the guy from freaking My Chemical
Actually,
Romance.
very cool. Everything he's been
Gerard
writing
Way?
is good.
You sure?
Yeah, he's been doing good in comics.
And
He should completely quit music.
He
actually has.
Yeah.
He even said, I saw that article where he said he has, and that's actually, and it's also an opportunity for me to crap on their band, but that's a great decision.
There's nothing invariably wrong with the band.
I'm just.
The fact that you
Good for
defend
him,
it
though.
on
Like,
camera.
No, I
He's
mean,
able
he
to
really is
choose
a
a
good comic
direction.
book writer, though.
Well, here's the
not
thing.
slighting anybody
I'll be
like that.
honest.
Do you like My Chemical Romance?
I like their earlier records, yes.
Okay.
I wrote it. I'll be honest. I wrote it off the moment I saw that he was a part of it because I thought it was just kind of like a
Sure, like a CM Punk thing.
right, like a cat.
Which his run on Drax is actually doing good, too.
Well, yeah, CM Punk had.
Well,
the
that's
run
kind of
with-
how I felt when Kevin Smith started writing stuff, and you're like, right after the popularity of Clerks, he's like, he's using his celebrity to get in there.
And
But it
nobody
turns out
cared
he's-
about Daredevil until he wrote it.
Let me tell you something. When
I
he
agree.
wrote, when
That
he
book
wrote
was long gone before
that
he wrote
Green Arrow book that he wrote,
Quiver.
was the one that got me back into comics, and I really liked that. That was a really good one. I didn't
Yeah, I
think
had a
that
lot
was-
of requests for that one.
Yeah.
He fluffed Black Canary's pillows in that book. That's the best. That's the best I can do at a moment's notice for keeping it PG.
Gotcha. Nice. Good job. All right.
Well done, sir.
Every time we talk about Green Arrow, we always make a left turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. What? Isn't that ironic?
Well, so
Anyway,
the only
what else
other
is going on?
independent. Well, this one's not really independent.
Transformers.
Kiss number 1.
Oh.
And all of its crazy variants that I'm forced to order as a comic retailer.
As in, Kiss the band.
Kiss the Band
Kiss the Band,
has
yeah.
a comic, much like
No, he
they
wants
have
to
been
kiss
for the
him. What
past,
do you think he meant?
the past 30 to 40 years.
I love
Nice.
Masters of Marketing. Kiss.
They are Kiss.
If there's no blood variant, then I don't care.
I don't think they have a blood variant. I don't think Peter Chris would be
Now
down.
they're like, oh, you can get an STD.
He'd be like, oh, you guys want my blood now again after all that crap?
That was
we weren't worried about sexually transmitted disease in the 70s, but we are now. So
yeah, Marvel.
No blood variants.
I'm sure they mix the
Marvel
blood
did that,
separately.
right?
Let me tell you
just,
something. I got to give props to Gene Simmons because, I mean, for as long as he's been in the rock and roll business, here's a guy that has not once touched drugs, not once drank, and he has kept his life sober. And honestly, even though he's a ladies' man, he stayed with this one woman that he's been with forever, Shannon Tweed, forever. Yeah. So I mean, that doesn't happen very often in the rock and roll business. So that's kind of really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so very cool. Anyway, DJ, don't
and he's
don't
a
be
part-time
ashamed to
Maui,
chime in, pal.
Part-time Maui resident too.
Part-time Maui resident.
My brothers brought him around on the ATV tours before the family, the sons, and everybody.
Cool.
He renewed his vows at the Haiku Mill.
Did he?
I've seen him at Whole Foods.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Does the nerd? I guess the
I
NERDWatch.
see everyone at Whole Foods.
I know.
He goes, but
the
he
NERDWatch stalks Gene Simmons. Apparently,
he goes.
He's never come here.
He's part owner of Rock and Brews.
Yeah, he is.
I saw him at Costco, and he just was licking all the samples.
While standing straight up.
Yeah.
Happens all.
Is that him on Blade Runner?
Gene Simmons?
Yeah, no, Gene. That's he's in
Think about the movie Runaway.
Runaway.
Oh,
He's in Runaway with Tom Selleck.
Yeah,
that's a great
one.
movie. I love that. I own that movie. But yeah, Gene Simmons. We see him all. I see more celebrities here than I ever did while living in California.
Oh yeah, my wife works at the
definitely.
Four Seasons, so it's like every day she's like, "Oh, I was talking to Adam Sandler, this and that."
Yeah, I've seen Adam Sandler all the time.
He said celebrities.
Wow. Well, he didn't
Not
say
Netflix stars.
not Netflix stars. Yeah, that's it right there.
Pretty sure he was famous a little bit before Netflix came out.
Anyway, what else is on the list? Is that it? Or we
Die, Kitty, Die.
Well,
Yeah. What? That's kind of an interesting book because it's got a
Kitty that dies.
It's
Nice. Twice even.
it's
Spoil it.
It means something different when Trump yells it. No, it's
Die Kitty Die is officially the name of the podcast.
No, it's not.
No? I like that.
We could do better than that.
Darwin Cook did a variant for it, and he's passed on last year. So it'll be
Wait, so he drew a book after he died?
yeah, he's amazing.
It's a ghost
Holy
variant.
crap.
It's a totally new thing.
Ghost variant.
Totally new thing in the industry.
It's a ghost variant.
It's like
Well, right now, what's his name for DC? Michael Turner is doing a lot of ghost variants apparently because he's been dead quite some time. And all
but they found like
all of his variants.
Now that's some ghost variant right there.
Yeah, that's ghost variants. That guy's been dead a while.
I've heard of
So
comics.
ghost variants.
We should just like bank a bunch of pods, and then when we die, we can have like ghost
Our
pods.
ghost pods. But we got to do them really spooky like.
Yeah.
And predict the future kind of a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Do some
Ghost
like
variants?
Tupacalypse kind of stuff.
So when you're reading the ghost variants, does a ghost come behind you
Making pottery.
making pottery? Because that would be awesome.
Not the side
And
track
also a Ghostbusters joke. Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh wow. Really? Speaking of that, I did my due diligence, not to throw us off track too much.
You bought the Ghostbusters Blu-ray.
I did not, but I watched the director's cut.
and it sucked.
Genius.
And
I'm gonna buy it.
By the way, it's not a director's cut.
It's not. It's
an
an
extended
It's
edition.
extended edition. And
Yeah,
I could
director's
not.
cut.
I did not notice anything that was remotely different. It was really strange.
I almost bought it at Walmart the other day, but only because it came with a pair of socks.
What?
Oh,
You
dope.
really needed socks.
Are you serious?
It was Ghostbusters socks.
Yeah.
No way.
I almost bought it based on that alone.
Wow.
Then I realized I was going to be spending $24 for a pair of socks.
Socks. Yeah, I saw the director's cut. I wasn't impressed. The extended edition, and I wasn't impressed. So anyway, was that
I'm
it?
going to get it.
Unless Todd has some crazy weird independent book. Oh, you know what else came out today? Exilian number 3.
Yeah,
Exilian number 3.
And it basically is almost sold out.
good
yeah,
segue.
it's the.
Good thing we brought it up then, because by the time anybody
That-
hears this, there won't be any copies left.
That is DJ Keawekane's book. We also got
This
restocked.
guy.
We also got restocked on the first printings of the number 1.
Wow.
And DJ, not being the collector that I am, didn't realize how crazy valuable that's gonna. He charged me just regular market price. Those babies are getting bumped way.
So
up.
you instantly put them up on the shelf for $40.
Oh, you know that.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well,
And he
speaking,
signed
Sir,
them. So.
well done, sir.
speaking of our guest, DJ Keawekane, the man from the Big Island, is here tonight, and he is with the NERDWatch to talk a little bit about himself about his work, about his art, and about himself.
Did you say himself like 3 times?
Yes.
Okay.
DJ, sir.
Yes.
Thank you for coming tonight, man. Appreciate it. Well, actually, you should thank us for coming tonight because we're not normal.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming tonight.
Hey, we were happy to do it.
Oh, good.
DJ.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Actually, I would have been here.
Yeah.
Oh,
You couldn't pull me away.
No.
No. But DJ, sir, you, of course, you and I met, of course, at the Amazing Hawaii Comic-Con.
And you still showed up.
I know, right? And then
Wow.
he's right. You were dragged over by Todd to our booth to do a little interview.
I had to go with him because
yes.
he wasn't going to.
You can actually hear that on our NERDWatch podcast page. Just look for NERDWatch interviews and DJ's on there. But we'll get to a little more in depth and talk more about you. First off, DJ, you are originally from the Big Island. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, from Hilo. I was born in Honolulu, and then I moved over there when I was like, I don't know, 6-7 months old or something.
Oh,
like
crazy. Okay. So you're a Big Island boy then.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
all my life, Hilo. That's all I know. Besides, when I moved to Honolulu after I graduated, and then I did, I did some work in Massachusetts after I graduated, and I lived in
That hellhole.
What part of Massachusetts?
Peabody, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know where that is.
You guys was talking about Boston.
Boston,
today. I was
yeah.
like,
I lived
I've been there.
right outside of Boston for about 12 years.
Yeah, yeah.
He knows all the stuff.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston.
The sewers of New York City.
That's what I was doing. Is actually sewer.
Oh, really?
Man, how do I call
They
that?
don't make them like in the city. Over here, you got the 8-inch, 24-inch pipes. Over there, you can walk in them.
Topical.
So, did you? Obviously, you didn't enjoy the mainland that much. You came back home. I'm taking.
Yeah, I was doing work. The company that I was working for, I was doing like plumbing and stuff like that. And my boss had he came from Massachusetts, so he was always trying to tell me, hey, you got to work in Massachusetts. So I was like, okay. So I finally went one time, and then it was fun, and then it was like temporary work. So
Right.
but I came
Kind
back.
of like almost like a vacation.
Yeah, it was, but it was like
Work, but
it was work. Yeah,
So, okay. So, how old were you then?
I was like 21. And 22 or 23.
Were you dabbling
twice.
in the comic book arts?
No, at that time I had fully stopped. Like,
Oh, okay,
I was-
well, you fully stopped, which
Right,
means that
right,
you
right.
started. When did you start?
Okay, so I started when I started drawing actually when I was like kindergarten. So I was like, 5, 6, whatever that is. And then I was always like the best artist in school. And then, all the kids would be like, oh, Dwayne, draw me something, draw, whatever. And then, I knew I wanted to be an artist, and then so I started drawing. And then, but when I came 18 and I graduated, I asked them, you gotta like, how do I become an artist and all of that? At that time, they said you have to move to New York City, and I was like, hell no.
New York City?
Exactly. I was like,
So what years is this? Like, just to
I
put it in
graduated-
reference for what the industry is.
yeah, I graduated in 1995, and so
So it's like the mid-90s.
yeah, mid 90s, yeah, and like I was like 8.
So it's still true, like, internet culture hadn't really taken
Yeah,
over.
exactly, yeah,
There was
yeah.
no way to work from your office and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, none of that. So I stopped but I was doing my music thing though. And
Whoa.
Like,
What music
Oh, man,
thing?
there was actually some, 2 teachers, one from Kamehameha and one from, Seabury. And they were just, like, gushing about DJ and his music. You gotta listen to DJ. Oh, man. I don't know how he is as an artist, but I hope he's as good as he is a musician and this and that. And so apparently his reputation precedes him.
What were you doing?
Yeah, well, I still play music. I get on band. We play like local music, island music, and
Okay.
stuff like that.
What's the name of your group?
Kaleo Maoli. We
Okay.
get on Facebook page, by the way. Kaleo Maoli.
Oh,
Check them out.
putting the band on
And
there. Okay.
we play for all kind of parties and stuff like that. Sometimes they fly us to different islands, and we play for gigs and stuff like that. We used to do like reggae and stuff like that, but we kind of
So
outgrew
it's
that.
all just like Hawaiian.
Yeah, Hawaiian
slower
and
pace.
yeah, kind of dinner music
Party
and stuff
music,
like
yeah, yeah.
party music and stuff like that. But we was like full on. Back,
How many
back at that
guys in your
point.
group?
Just 3 of us now. Before I had 5. We used to have the drums and all.
Like what
that
if somebody
crazy stuff.
like requests a dance song at the party, you'd play them or
Yeah.
Are you a musician or a singer?
Both.
Oh,
I play guitar and I sing.
Oh, wow.
We sing lead and backup. All of us, all three of us. We get our own. Like the gig is like we usually start off with Hawaiian music and then like my cousin and my brother. That's my two bandmates, and then they sing first, and then I sing like a couple Hawaiian songs, and then it starts moving over into like dinner music and that island kind of contemporary stuff. Party, and that's kind of when I
celebrate.
Yeah, and then and covers, nice. Plenty covers, and I usually take over like from the halfway point to the end. So it's like,
all right. Well, screw the comic book talk. Let's talk more about the band.
I know, we should have queued up some samples.
I know, right?
We'll have Swan edited in later.
But yeah, so I started. So we started jamming in high school, and I was like, that was when like the Call Creative Boys and all of that was coming out, and. So we started playing music, and then so I was doing music and I was doing a drawing thing, but the music thing was getting better because we was going out and was having fun, was drinking,
doing gigs, man.
It was gigging. So when I was like my senior year, it was so good fun because we was living like rock stars. It was going like to everybody's parties and showing up and be like, hey, come play for this party, and so I was doing that. Yeah, free food, free beer, free whatever. And this is all for exposure, and it's like exposure means we're gonna party, and so we did that, you know what I mean? And so that was the thing that kind of held me over creatively, like until I started.
You had an outlet.
Yeah, I had the outlet. Yeah.
So when did you start to turn the corner and go? Not to say that music doesn't fulfill you; it fulfills you in a different way. When did you go, man? I need to fulfill this burning desire in me to start drawing. What?
Yeah. No, it's true though. It's like, no, but so when I got into a car accident when I was like 25 because I was drinking and driving.
Don't
do that, kids.
Yeah,
drink and drive.
So,
don't wait for that to happen to you.
Don't drink and drive. You'll end up drawing comics.
Yeah.
That's not the message.
Oh, sorry.
Not the message.
That's what we're talking about.
Let me clarify NERDWatch message. Man, that was stupid.
Bro, you forgot the bro.
Oh, man, you stupid, bro. Sorry.
That was dumb, but I had fun.
Sounds wrong when you do it.
Oh, I know it doesn't.
Man, you stupid, bro.
Much better. So you got into a car accident. How serious was it?
I broke my back in like 3 places.
Oh.
Ended up in Queens. Back surgery and
New York City?
Queens, New York.
Oh, no, you mean the Queens
Hospital. Sorry.
Man, you were being serious. That's nuts. I thought that was a joke.
No, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was
totally
funny
wasn't.
when I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Now that I know that you
funny.
were serious.
Oh, my gosh. You guys are cracking me
That
up.
must have been some accident.
I feel
Part of your back
airlifted to New York.
Anyway.
Let's get this guy to New York. Stat.
Queens!
My leg ended up in Manhattan.
I had an ankle in Harlem.
We can rebuild them.
Yeah, they did. They actually get 2 steel rods in my back.
Still?
Yeah,
that's
Wow.
That's not coming
Airports
out,
must suck for you.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't beep. It's titanium.
Titanium.
Yeah,
nice.
it doesn't beep, yeah.
So how long were you in
Man, you're like Wolverine now.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
You got
Just missing the claws.
Snick, baby.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So how long were you in traction for?
What's traction?
In recovery, basically.
Oh, like 1 year. Like 1 year. I spent like just
That's a
going
lot
to
of time
therapy
doing
and-
nothing.
Yeah, so that's when my mom was like, "Here, son, you must be bored here." She brought my old sketchbook, and I was like, "Wow, yeah." So I started drawing again. I left him. Damn it, I should have brought him. But anyways,
Oh, your
I started-
sketchbook, yeah.
Yeah, I started drawing again, and then because at that point I never really know if I was going to, they were saying, you might be paralyzed and blah, 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 and all of that stuff. I knew I wasn't going to be paralyzed, but I was like, that's a good way to start drawing again. So I started drawing again. And then I was like, and I stop. And then I went to college, and then I took up space, and then I met my wife, and then she had her own computer, and I was like, what is that?
Have you finished paying off your student loans? Just sorry, out of curiosity.
No,
I haven't even started paying off.
Yeah, me too. I looked at what I owed on the back balance. I'm like, oh, please. Somehow Bernie Sanders, please win.
We're going to write him in.
Yeah, I'm writing that guy in. I can't pay these loans anymore.
I might write
Sorry to interrupt, man. That's just the first thing I thought of.
Everybody going to write in Bernie.
NERDWatch gets political tonight.
That's right, apparently. So you decided that you weren't fitting in college. You got...
No, I got my wife pregnant. I got my wife... Well, my girlfriend at the time...
Fit in just fine.
I got my girlfriend at the time pregnant, and was like, oh, damn, I gotta go work.
Then came
now.
marriage.
Yeah. So then I went back to plumbing, which is kind of stupid because I had rods in my back.
Sure.
But that's pretty much all I knew. So I went back to plumbing, and I was like miserable, and I was like trying to figure out how.
Super Mario.
Trying to figure.
It's me, a DJ.
Do you ever wear like red shirts
He's
and
like
blue
a
overalls?
bionic plumber.
Snick.
Yeah, so,
That's pretty awesome. So you decided to, not decided to, but you got your girlfriend at the time pregnant, so you had to go back to work, obviously.
Right.
So when does the corner turn for you to where you said, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna start taking my drawing seriously?
it was when I got into the action. Like I wanted to keep the drawing thing going, and so when I met, like, that was the thing, when I met my girlfriend, she was like, I don't care what you do, you can collect rubbish. I was like, oh yeah, this is the one.
Nice.
Cause there's no money in comics, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
That's awesome.
So I did that, but I was trying to do it on the side and work and all of that.
Sure.
And then, but I was so miserable, like just working the day job and then trying to balance that and having the kid and then the next kid and then the next kid and just trying to juggle all of that. And I was just miserable until finally I got the job at the hospital. I was working security at the hospital, and they put me overnight. And overnight was like, some nights was busy, but some nights was slow, so I could draw on the slow nights. And I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. So I figured out, if I work and draw at the same time, I can support my family, and
Technically, they're paying.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
To do
Yeah, exactly.
what you wanna
So,
do. Nice.
but when I was working at the hospital, I always had to like hide my stuff. You know what I mean? So I was be like, and they knew, the people working with me knew, but like my bosses that wasn't working on shift, they was like, you cannot draw, and they knew I was drawing, but I was like, I don't care, I don't draw anyway.
Wow.
And so I just did that.
Man,
And
F the man.
yeah. But they were so like, the nurses, the doctors, they were so like supportive. Oh man, I hope you and they all bought like the first comics they're all trying to support me and all of that. Nice. So that was pretty awesome. And then I left that job. I was gonna go full on freelance in 2012, and that was rough because I was like, okay, we lost the company that I was working for, the security company. They lost the contract for the hospital.
Okay.
And so I knew I was gonna have to like switch locations, and the different locations I was gonna have to work at, they wasn't gonna let me like draw like the way I could, and I was already invested so heavy. And I was like,
sure.
Oh. So I quit cold. Like I was like, hell, this, I'm gonna try them, and then I did them, and oh my god, that was bad. Like it was bad. Like,
Was that when you did Island Tales?
yeah, that was a little bit after, but
A little bit after. I
I was trying to do the freelance thing. Where I was thinking I got some work, but just not enough.
Were you on digital webbing at that point?
Yeah. I was digital webbing. Yeah.
And you were on digital webbing with a lot of other artists that were coming.
Yeah. That was the thing. I started out with like a lot of the pros that is working now.
Yeah.
I started out the same time with them. Like, I don't know if you guys know Ray Dillon and Renee Deliz.
Yeah, they're doing Wonder Woman.
Legend of Wonder Woman right now. Like they started at the same time I did. Ryan Stegman, he was one of them. Like Nick Patara, he's doing stuff with like Image and I forget who.
Ryan Otley started out on digital webbing.
Oh yeah, Ryan Otley too. Ryan Otley was right before me, and then he was.
Yeah.
That's how everybody was like trying to get in, was through digital webbing online when you went back before Facebook,
yeah,
and all of that. This social media, the crazes before was the chat rooms and the forums and stuff.
Well,
like that.
for those that are unaware, what is digital webbing?
Digital webbing
it
is
sounds
just
like MySpace for artists.
Yeah, enough of your shop talk, Todd. Sorry. What is digital webbing?
So digital webbing, it's still on, but it's kind of a ghost town now. But digital webbing is this place where creative people go to kind of work on their craft and kind of meet each other and kind of ask questions.
Peer
about the
review
industry.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then like the professionals go over there and they kind of see who's the new up and coming talent, and that's how a lot of people get picked up.
Oh, got it. It's like recruitment.
Yeah, kind of like and then you can learn at the same time too, and so that was like the place to be at before Facebook took off and all.
Crazy. So it's kind of you had your own little Columbine, as they say. It's Columbine.
Whoa.
Combine.
Whoa.
Combine.
What?
I'm a little more concerned that's the first word
I know,
that was
right?
on the edge of the tongue.
No, I know. No, I meant combine like the NFL. So it's kind of like you guys would do.
Yes, a combine.
That was,
Like
I mean,
Combine.
it was.
Yeah, I was killing it. Yeah.
Wow! Holy cow!
No, I wasn't killing it.
Wow,
Was
that's
that
crazy.
so? That was 2006, 2004, 2006.
Like I'm still on technically on.
So when
You
was
haven't
it?
deleted your account yet.
2004 was yeah.
When did the brilliant idea of Exilian come to you and say that this was the book that you were going to work on?
From the accident, I was starting doing the drawings and stuff like that, but I had all these different ideas, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna put all of this inside one book, and I wish I never, because it's like, you know, now the story is so long and all of that, but it's like it is what it is, and I gotta stay with that. But I also found out that like not a lot of people like fantasy comics, and it's like.
I don't know, man. That's like
ElfQuest?
ElfQuest, exactly.
Well,
I was
that's
just
what
about to bring that
That's what
up.
I was thinking about. When
Yeah.
I got
Dungeons
up
and
there.
Dragons, Baldur's Gate.
That's what I was thinking about. But you asked, I mean, how many of you guys?
I'll tell you the truth. Like, just being a store owner, fantasy is not like
Yeah.
the wide audience. Those fans are dedicated to what they want, but there's not a lot of them.
Okay, so
I don't know. I mean, that's not. I mean, there's.
And fantasy's kind of died out. Like the '90s, it was a stronger audience than current.
We didn't get the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings films until the aughts.
Yeah. But
Yeah, and that. I mean,
Yeah, but there was a lot more kids boffing and LARPing back then. I don't even know if you know what that is now. It's probably extinct.
people LARP all the time.
Boff. Do you know what boff is?
Is it? No, I don't want to talk about that.
I
Right
used to do that in high school.
You totally don't know what it is.
no,
Oh.
my sister
not.
Usually
she does that. She has there's this league or something that she does in
You
Washington.
make your own like
Yeah.
foam and
Yeah.
duct tape
Oh,
weapons,
yeah, I
and
see
you battle
those
each other.
crazy
That's
kids.
LARPing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, well, there's LARPing and then there's boffing. There's
That's
two
what-
different.
Yeah, I thought, you know.
All right, so what's boffing?
Boffing is the weapons
ha-
where you actually fight.
you have to do it.
And
in
there's a point
privacy.
system. It's almost like fencing.
Dude, boffing meant something totally different in the 80s.
I don't even want to say the word that I think.
I
you
know,
think
I
you
know,
mean.
yeah. I don't think it is either. But DJ,
I'm gonna look it up.
here's
later.
the thing:
Hey, I'm looking up right now.
you are an artist. You like to
Image
draw, correct?
Yes.
Now,
I like to do drawings.
you love the drawings.
The drawings.
How does your love of drawing become you trying to tell stories? I mean, because I'm assuming, like most comic book writers and artists, you have to draft your stories.
Yeah.
So where does the discipline for that come in, as opposed to you being? It seems like you're a natural at drawing, but where does the discipline come in to actually write a story? Because that's like double duty right there.
Yeah, it is. It really is. That's why I keep talking to like writer people. But when I was my time at Digital Webbing, I kind of like honed on my craft,
Your skills.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I sharpened my skills and all of that because I was gonna do the freelance thing, and
Right.
I did some freelance gigs and stuff like that. But it's just the work wasn't enough to support my family. But
Sure.
but it allowed me to kind of sharpen, like really cut my teeth on
Sure.
something like, you know.
So when it came to your book, you were prepared.
Right, yeah,
for it.
I was
gotcha.
ready. I was ready for my book when because I only started my book like 2014, and I was already working from was like 2000. Let's say, 4. That's 4 is when I.
Is there a copy of Exilian that we can show everybody that's watching on YouTube?
Where's number one?
Oh wait, I got one.
Yeah,
more.
Where's
take a look
number
at
one?
it. Here's the thing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your book, Exilian? What is it? What is the story behind it?
It's pure genius. Everybody should have one.
All right. Let me rephrase. DJ, could you tell us about Exilian?
Now every issue is actually color.
Yeah.
The interior. This is a first printing, only available at Maui Comics and Collectibles
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
hold that
Until
up.
Enjoy Comics gets
Hold
a
that
copy.
up. Hold that up. Hold it up. Hold it up, Gannon.
The interior of the
Try
first
to.
printing is black and white. This is the only one that's like this.
Wow.
Do you have any of the other issues?
Yeah, it's like buried under.
Oh, he's got another one right there.
Oh yeah, right there. That's number 2 right
Number
there.
2. Yeah. Show the camera. You are up to how many issues of
I
Excellion?
got 3 right now.
3?
Yeah, 3 released today.
Oh, fantastic! Show him. Get up on that camera.
Hey, he's
Lee.
stupid. We just said that earlier.
Yeah, you can go on. Can he move a little closer to the camera? Or no, is he good? Yeah, move a little closer. Don't be shy. Show him that sexy arm of yours. Now show him the cover. Show him the cover. Show him the. Yeah, work it. Work it.
Now take your shirt
That's it.
off.
Now take your shirt off.
Give me angry.
Undo your man. Undo your hair.
Give me sexy.
Give me sassy.
Give me breezy. Oh man.
And I'm spent.
And I'm spent. Work it. Anyway.
Let's get a look at them knack-knacks.
So, Excellion, what's the story? Why, for those that have not picked it up yet, what would interest them in your book, Excellion?
I hate pitching this book, but I gotta pitch him.
Hey, it's your book. You got to pitch it.
I
baby.
gotta pitch him right now.
I mean, if you're interested in good storytelling, then this is the book for you.
Should I have Todd explain it?
Oh man.
Todd, here's the thing, Todd. We have a time limit.
If you're interested in burly men in clanking armor, no,
Wow.
That's pretty
Don't
good.
don't let Alika sell the book.
You like sweaty guys with swords
That's right.
And beards.
riding on top of dragons.
Are there dragons in Exilian?
There's gonna be some dragons.
Oh, did we just spoil something?
Oh man,
it's-
I don't even read the book and I spoil something.
I've heard. This is the example that I've heard about Excellion.
on Facebook.
Excellion, if you have not heard, Excellion is a cross between, from what I understand, it is a cross between what you called X-Men and the Lord of the Rings.
What the real fans call
series.
the X-Men.
Oh, easy. All right. We didn't need your
So they wear
negative-
spandex in his book.
It's possible.
No, yeah.
Where did that come
When I
from?
pitch it, I say it's like the Lord of the Rings meets the X-Men, and the reason I say that is because the Lord of the Rings, obviously, because of the fantasy stuff, and the X-Men is because my style of art is so.
The action scenes, I can see where you'd say that.
Yeah, like it's so what's the word? Inspired by the '90s comics, the X-Men comics, and so that's.
I could picture you drawing the art for one of the current X-Men
I would
92.
love to do that.
Have you been seeing those comics, the X-Men 92 ones?
Yeah, but I haven't
They're like-
picked them up. I mean, I've seen them online, but.
It's,
I would love to do that.
So are these? I mean, I don't want to say that fantasy is getting has had a renaissance, but I mean it kind of has. It's grown in popularity with Game of Thrones.
Fantasy had a renaissance.
Well, I think
like hilarious.
A Renaissance
No,
fair?
there was a time where
I thought you did that on purpose, but you did not.
I did not do
did
that
you?
on purpose. No, not that one. But no, it just seems like
Queens.
that what DJ was saying is that and
The Queens had a renaissance.
fantasy isn't exactly where it used to be anymore. Just like Alika was saying earlier, it's interesting that Game of Thrones is kind of bringing it back to the forefront. Not even Lord of the Rings kept it in that prime position. I mean, because after Lord of the Rings, it kind of just went down.
Well, and that's the thing is maybe there are these fantasy, but don't you remember in the 90s, like all across America, there were these medieval fairs, like in Massachusetts,
Ren
there's a
Fair.
place called Medieval Times. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you could go to these places and do like, they have knights and jousting and all that.
right.
I feel like a
Jazz
lot
and
of
all
that
that.
stuff kind of like,
yeah,
It just
fell off.
yeah, it did. And
It's-
here I am drawing.
No, man, it's not as prevalent in the comics world, but I think that like we're getting the movies, the television show, something like we're living in a golden age of television.
we're ripping on fantasy right now, but,
But
in
fantasy is
reality, and it's a really good comic, but fantasy is very strong in a lot of mediums.
It's just that like they've always had a real strong readership as far as books go.
Don't ask me because it's like such an easy genre to rip on if you wanted to.
And it is easily ripped on.
But
Trust me, I know because
You do it yourself.
I was like, wow.
Do you think-
they really don't like this stuff?
kind of a
huh?
serious question. Do you think maybe that's why when people look at your work, they're hesitant because they are
Oh,
not
yeah.
familiar with the fantasy?
Oh yeah,
But
I mean,
then if you have copies of Island Tales with you,
yeah, exactly.
people
and they
can't
love
get
that.
enough
yeah,
of that
exactly.
because that's DJ drawing
Okay,
Hawaiian
right.
stories.
Let's get into that. How did Island Tales come about? That was actually the first comic you did before Excellion, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Big Dog Inc.'s was that imprint, Island Tales. Island Tales is actually an imprint. The story that I did is called The King Who Ate Men. Ponolo,
Brutal.
the king who ate men. It was originally called Cannibal King, but they changed it for some reason. I don't know. And so I did that story called The King Who Ate Men, and it was basically this chief who's in love with this warrior who's in love with the chief's daughter, and then that they're like forbidden from loving each other and stuff like that. And then the chief sends the warrior out to go fight this war because he doesn't want his daughter to be with that guy. So he ends up like trying to marry her off to this oily ass chief, and then but she doesn't
say
love
on the pod oily.
I think that's the name of the show.
From the artwork, he was more greasy.
But anyways,
It
so
was definitely shiny.
so
He's
the warrior is like he's like so badass, so like crazy. So
Sure.
he just kills everybody, and then he makes it back to the village, and he finds that the chief, that oily chief, has like killed his wife.
Greasy Chief. Got it.
His girlfriend with the greasy chief, and then so he goes crazy, and then that's when he kills that guy, and then he eats that guy, and then he kills like everybody. In
He was
the whole,
just so
like,
greasy. He's like, I gotta fry this guy.
Yeah. Did he actually cook him?
A slab of bacon.
Not the way I drew him. I just
He
drew
just
him.
ate him right there.
He just beat the guy up, and then he just literally ate,
Taking bites out.
Yeah, like started eating him.
Nice.
And then,
That's brutal.
Wow.
I
and
like
then, but actually that Cannibal King story he's actually the bad guy for the Island Tales Ponolo story, that main story, and that's
But yours is the origin of
mine's is the origin of the
how he went.
Yeah.
Now, how can anybody get their hands on a copy of Island Tales? Is it available?
They're out of
Still
print
available?
right now,
Are they
right?
still
eBay
out of
print.
eBay?
No, you could.
I've got one. So I'm selling it for $1 million.
Wow.
We had them in stock here at Mount Comics, but
I gotta since we're on podcasts and all of that.
Well, this is a Kaku,
and all
YouTube. It's all over the place. Millions watch.
Yeah, I can get in touch with the owner and get some copies out.
Oh, fantastic!
that's cool.
it's in high demand. When you even just tell people about it,
Yeah.
people are like, I need that comic.
And
right
you
now.
and you did the artwork for that.
I did the artwork. For
We
that.
brought some back from last Amazing Con, and it sold out like
So
1 week.
We got just a little more time left here, DJ. So let's talk about something about your current work, which is Exilian. You are on your third issue. Okay. How many issues are you going?
I'm gonna go
6.
6, and it's actually supposed to be 12, but I'm gonna rest after 6, and it's a night I capped the story.
It's like
off
two.
at 6.
Maybe
Yeah, it's
you
like
do a
two-
second arc if you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
Do you find yourself, and I don't mean to equate you with Todd, but you both are artists. Todd has a tendency to do multiple stories or multiple comics at once. Do you find yourself more in the tone of concentrating on one comic, finishing it off, and then moving on?
Yeah, but I'm always getting work, so
He got work. He's doing Amakua.
yeah.
Yeah, he's been helping out the.
He's doing,
we didn't even touch on that yet.
We haven't even touched on the fact that he's part of the Hawaii Comic Book Alliance.
Yeah. So he's and he's
But we did now.
Yeah.
I did.
Congratulations.
Queens.
I did issue. I think it's 3 of the Amakua Locked Up. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, issue
Locked
3.
Up, not the cover. Mark Gold did the cover, but I did half of the interiors for that one.
Fantastic.
And then I'm also doing the Monocomics double feature, the Phantom Surfer story. I'm doing that one. So right
I
now,
just saw
that's-
some of the inks.
Yeah,
today.
and I showed Alika and format,
Some killer panels,
inks and
man.
colors and stuff. Yeah.
Now, you also are doing a bit of work alongside one of our NERDWatch compatriots, Format. Speaking of, Format is writing a story, and you found his work to be pleasing enough for your sensibilities that you
The
did some-
weirdest adjectives, man.
It doesn't sound much of a sell.
No. It just
You were,
kinda liked
you were
it.
so pleased by it.
There's not really much to sell.
But you
really.
were doing some drawings for some of his characters because Format is doing he's also into fantasy.
Right.
He's doing a fantasy book, a fantasy tale about magic and the like.
Yeah.
And you are also you volunteered to help him out with some characters that helps him write his stories.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more So you have something to warm up on
Right, yeah.
before doing the actual work.
Yeah, so when I draw, I usually do like warm-up sketches.
Sure.
And so I bumped into one of his like Facebook posts where he like linked to some of the stuff he's writing for his D&D stuff, and so I started
From the
reading
weekly
them.
D&D group that used to be here at
So
Maui
I started
Comics.
reading them, and I I still like reading like a lot of it. Like,
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, this is pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then so I was like, and so the inspiration was starting to like spark, and also I started reading more, and I was like, so then I think I messaged you on Facebook, and then I said, I just told him, if you get like, I'm like, for me as an artist, I'm always looking for something new to like draw. And sometimes you get tired of drawing the same old, like Batman, Superman, Wolverine, all of that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
For some reason, I cannot warm up with my own characters. For some reason, and so I'll like, sometimes you just get tired of thinking of like trying to create something just to warm up. And so I asked him because I was full on the inspiration. So I asked him if he had characters, and he sent me over some of the character like bios and stuff. And so I started I just did like 3 of them, and it was pretty fun. So
Not to sell it even further, but I mean that's a story that after you're done with Exilian, you could.
You know how eager he is to jump into another fantasy tale.
You can help out and do a little comic book graphic novel style with our very own format, which would be amazing. But seriously, so do you have plans?
Seems like a lot of work.
It does, doesn't it? Do you
It's
have
a lot of work. Yeah.
do you have plans after Exilian? I mean, are you thinking about stuff or
Movies.
After Exilian?
Yeah, after Exilian, are you? I mean, because you said 6 issues, you're up to 3, so you got 3 more
I'm
to
gonna
go.
I'm gonna do 12, and then after I have nothing written after 12, but probably I had the idea that I would actually ask you on format if you was willing to I don't know, do, because after 12 it's the way the story I have set up. It starts off it ends at a good place where a new adventure can start with a new nucleus of characters, and I'm blank at that point. I know the broad strokes of what happens in the long run, but there's a set of
If format would pick up the arc on Exilian and try to continue it.
Format's a very talented writer, so yeah.
If he was interested, you know what I mean?
No, we get it. The Polynesians work together, and that's fine. Get it? That's fine.
Don't feel left out, G.
I actually had people help me out with
Wait,
the
no,
writing
he's going to
part.
quit Exilion and just start podcasting. That's what he's
It
gonna
is
do.
easier.
Like Todd.
Yeah.
There's no more new issues of Kukui Project.
Now,
It's all just podcasting.
that's really cool
all
because
just
you could
podcast.
actually.
We're just going to act out the next issue.
You
of
could
Kukui
collaborate.
Project.
You could collaborate with someone about your own characters and get a different take on it,
Yeah,
which would be kind of
exactly.
neat.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be. After I saw his writing, I was like, "Oh, this guy could do something."
I'd be down for that.
Yeah,
It seems like
would
you
be
vibe-
fresh though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got fresh eyes. I had to do I actually not hired, but I actually worked with 2 separate writers to get Exilian out because I'm not a writer. I couldn't write. I could draw for days and days and days, but I couldn't get the story out. So when I was doing my digital webbing bit and all of that, I worked with one writer, and I didn't like what he was doing with the story. And so I kind of pulled it from him, and then I got this other writer, and I liked what he was doing, but he wasn't he didn't know the characters it was inside me. You know what I mean? He didn't know, so he kept writing different. The voices kept changing because his version of the characters and mine was different.
Right.
And so I knew I had to just do it myself, but by working with him, and that's I credit him actually on the book. His name is Niels Van Eekelen or something. He's from the Netherlands or something like that. Someplace far away. And
How did you hook up with those?
digital
guys?
webbing?
Oh, okay.
Well,
I see.
actually, Midnight Studios, but that was all from digital webbing. But so he helped me out, and then I got enough, I guess, confidence to start writing my own story.
Cool.
And so I knew I wanted to do the first 12 just to get it out and establish each character and what their voice is and what the motivation and the way the world works and the way the magic and all of that stuff, because every book is different and everybody has their own ideas. But once I had that 12 under my belt, then I could then say, here, to some writer and check this out, and is this something you would be willing to do? And then
Well, that's interesting.
You work within the confines
Yeah.
of what I already,
Right.
established.
And that's funny because that's exactly what Format's doing with his characters.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said
That's kind of what D&D is.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's interesting that Format can take each of the...
Format's original story from some of the
well,
stuff
I
that
listen
read
to them
is
actually.
really
I
fantastic.
listen to them play these D&D games in live time, and then the coherent narrative that Format takes, because D&D is just a bunch of dice rolling, and here comes this thing, and then you're like
Oh no, just say it, nerds. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
bunch of dice chuckers.
Dice chuckers.
But I mean, it's really interesting style of storytelling, and
Yeah.
to be able to form a coherent narrative from that is a talent.
It is quite a talent. Absolutely, I can completely agree. Now, listen, DJ, we're almost out of time for this pod, but I would like to say this: I want you to tell us what is next for the Big Island. I guess you could say local music star and comic book writer. What's next on the docket for DJ Keawekane?
Okay, music-wise, got one CD coming out. We only get one song. Kaleo Mole only get one song on. It's called, I forget what it's called, like Homegrown, or I'll give you guys a link.
Okay,
It's online; people can find it.
Yeah. It's the CD's not out yet. I think it comes out in like November or
How
something.
many tracks the CD's gonna have?
The CD I think has like either 10 or 12 tracks, but we just do one track.
Oh, you're on with.
Yeah, like it's a
it's
compilation
a
album.
compilation
like,
album.
It's like all the homegrown, like Hilo, Big Island bands and stuff like that.
Cool.
So one of our boys, Ace Loftmiller, he does CDs and all of that. So he wanted to do one of those. So we got one track on that. And as far as like the comics, working on Monocomics double feature. Yeah, that one.
that was the Phantom Surfer.
The Phantom Surfer.
Yeah, for those of you that are listening.
Yeah.
And that double feature is going to be Phantom Surfer and Soul Hot.
Right. And then issue 4, I'm working on issue 4 still yet. And then me and Todd was talking about doing something. Todd's doing the research because Todd is the brain guy and I'm just the artist.
Wait. Are you sure? I'm just checking.
Hey, that's the way I sold it, G. So. No, we might do a true story from Hawaiian history.
Oh,
together.
Cool.
So we'll see what that.
I
if
mean,
he's not too busy.
You because you're the Kukui Project. We talk about it every week. So that'd be kind of cool to collaborate on something like that. That'd be kind of cool. So almost like your own Island Tales. Almost, you could say, maybe.
No, it's more
it's,
like based on a true.
It's a true story. There's not going to be as much. Maybe there'll still be
Not
some
as much
Fantastic elements.
there's not going to be
cannibalism.
There's not. There'll be mythology, but it's not going to be.
It's more historic.
It's more historic.
Right. Not like Polynesian space or anything.
It's going to be.
That's going to be the sequel
Cosmonaut.
after they jump the shark.
Well, it's it'll lead to that.
Jump the Manu.
I knew it.
Sorry.
I knew it would all veer right back to the Kukui Project.
It jumps the fish pond, not the shark.
Nice.
The local.
Cannibals in space.
So we can
Cannibals
look
fish.
for your comics. Do you sell them just in local comic book stores, online? Where can we get them?
You can get them at Maui Comics and Collectibles, Enjoy Comics, in Honolulu Dragon's Lair, and other realms. Or
Fantastic.
you can hit me up on Facebook, Exilian, and message me.
Fantastic. Where do we find you on Facebook? Just look up
Exilian, yeah.
Exilian.
Yeah.
All right.
EXILLION.
Thank you, Todd Bernardi.
Yeah.
Listen. Thank you, DJ, for coming by. Coming up on the show, by the way, I just want to let you guys know that we're going to be doing an episode of Magnum, and it's going to be
Magnum.
we're going to do a show more themed towards Halloween and horror movies and the like. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll be doing that very soon. You can find that exclusively
Pew, pew, pew.
on Audio Boom at this point. We're not going to
actually
recording
just going to be spending an hour debating who we think Negan killed.
That's true. We're going to do that as well. Talk about The Walking Dead coming back, which would be crazy.
Yeah, should be good.
DJ's also going to maybe go digital too. So
Oh, fantastic!
Oh, yeah.
what are some digital colored comics that you like? That I mean, I guess they're all digitally colored right now, but
All right. Legend of Wonder Woman is all digital.
it's all digital.
Yeah.
Cool.
Isn't a lot of
Yeah, a lot of
DC and
movies-
Marvel is all digital
Yeah,
color?
a lot of. I mean,
A lot of that stuff. Do you like? I mean, do you?
It's gonna save me on paper and ink.
Fantastic.
He was pretty stoked about it selling it to me today, so
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Hey,
Do you
Todd.
have?
I'm an analog guy. I like paper and
Hey, Todd,
whatever, but-
we're running out
me
of
too,
time.
but
Yeah, but I mean, finally, I got to the topic that I want to get to.
Well, we'll talk about it on Magnum, but we've got to say goodbye to these guys because they don't have much time left. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, to follow us every single week here on the podcast. Watch us on YouTube at NERDWatch Nation. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/TheNerdWatch. You can message Todd Bernardi there as well and see his pretty looking mug, and the rest of us as well.
Sorry.
You can follow us on Twitter at NERDWatch Nation, and you can follow us on Instagram at _NERDWatch.
Somehow I like it when you single me out, and somehow I'm like, oh wait.
Don't forget, coming up next month, we will be doing the premieres of Doctor Strange, which will be fantastic. And the day after that, 2 days after that, actually,
Maui Comic-Con.
Maui Comic-Con is happening, the first annual Maui Comic-Con in Lahaina. It's going to be a lot of fun.
November 5th and 6th,
November
baby. Free
5th
to the public.
and 6th, free to the public. You're gonna don't want to
10
miss it.
a.m. to 7 p.m.
Steve Lealoha is
action-packed.
going to be there. DJ Keawekane is not going to
And
be
you know,
there, but
hey,
his work
while
will be
we're on the
represented.
TV show, DJ, that's DJ's uncle-in-law. So he's the reason Steve Lealoha is going to be there. Big ups to DJ for helping us get
Right.
there.
Awesome.
A lot more people from the Hawaii Comic Book Alliance will be there as well. So you can check it out at MauiComiccon.com is where you can get all the information
that,
you
baby.
need. MauiComiccon.com. We're out of time, ladies and gentlemen. So for myself, G Money, for the one and only, the very talented local comic book artist, DJ Keawekane, thanks for coming, sir. Appreciate it very much.
Not a problem. Anytime.
The one and only Todd Bernardi in the house as well. And for Format and for Gannon and for the comic book chairman himself, Alika, peace
And the
out.
henchman,
Yeah,
Swan.
and the
Thank you
henchman
so
Swan
much.
for taking pictures and
Hey, Swan, wave
whatnot.
at the camera.
Peace out, much love, and most assuredly, always stay nerdy. Stay tuned for Magnum. And until next time, we say to you guys, Magnum. Aloha.
Gannon's fingers smell funny.